Hi, my name's Brenda. I'm a seer, channeler, messenger for God, teacher, warrior, prayer warrior, spiritual warrior, psychic detective. I forget. There's a couple more I'm missing. I just keep getting promotions, and they're kind of fast sometimes. Um, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I am a prophet and a psychic detective. I don't know if I said that. And also, my recent promotion is a unifier. Number one, I need to say this, and I have another video that I've also made that's not posted yet. And there may be things in it, so I may make another one. I may just post it, but there's a lot of, I don't know what to say. So I was trying to avoid that because I made a mistake on some deliverance prayers the other day. You really have to be in alignment to get delivered. That's one thing that I didn't say on that. Excuse me. You can't see it, but there's a train local by. I think that's the last warning shot. Nope, one more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, a lot of people have been raised in the wrong kind of church with the wrong kind of God for the altar. Or they have evil little groups that they belong to, and they have meetings and do things to harm people. They sit around and think shit up about how to do stuff to people and win from it financially and with greed. These people, they are getting some karma. God's changing the world. He's sick of it, and this is His world. It's the age of Aquarius, and it's time for people to grow up and be the right way that they came to this earth to be. Satan joins you when you're born, and you don't stand a chance. They take your footprint, they take your fingerprints, and they give you a number right there, and they track you your whole life, and they do things to you. Satan has spirits, demons, things on earth, and this Matrix game. We come in and we're veiled, and we lose our memory. There's good Heart and Souls, I think, is the good movie of Robert Downey Jr. that really explains it well. There's two. Chances are is another one, but no, what was that now? Heart and Souls. When we're reincarnated, they wipe our memory, so we don't know that we came from, let's say, heaven, and with God, and we are only a spirit, but we get a body in this world. It's like a Matrix or Avatar when they're sitting in a chair or in that sleep med bed or whatever it's called, and in Avatar, and then when they're asleep in Hackers and Matrix movies, in the chair. We are somewhere in our spirit in an outer realm, and this physical body that we are in, our spirit has a human body. We are a spirit experiencing human issues, lives, relationships, ways to be. It's real. I am a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. God is waking us up, all of us. He's waking up to this fact that, we need to wake up and come to Him. Way back in the 70s, there were pictures of Jesus with a light on it, and people had them on their mantles everywhere, and it said, "I am the truth, the way, and the light." He was giving us a way out of this matrix, and a lot of people are just like, nah, you can't see it, you can't feel it. Well, guess what? You can't see and feel the demons and spirits either, the evil spirits and that. They're there. Trust me, they're there. I know a lot of people that have used them to their benefit for a short term of gain, and now they're losing everything because you can't keep it. It's ill-gotten gain in this world. Oh, what I was going to say about the Matrix is it's a chess game between God and Satan for our souls. And Satan, steals, cheats, lies, kills, destroys anything and everyone you can think of in your life. Your jobs, your people, your coworkers, your family members. I mean, he'll take anything, your bills, anything. He can double them. These smart meters, yeah, they're not smart. Yeah, they make it sound good. They can double your bill and you can't question it. You can't fight it. Uh, anyway, bad experiences from this coven war, cult war that I've been in. And luckily, God made me different so I can rescue more people. But you gotta listen to me. He's got me hooked in. So I'm gonna start because some people have been raised in churches where they didn't know God, in homes even, where they didn't know God because mommy and daddy were both working because Satan made them get 2 jobs and leave the kids at home unsupervised and uncared for because they needed to buy things to keep the economy going and blah 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 blah, and they got to get their kids in college and blah 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 blah, so they got to buy and do all these clubs and keep their kids active in that, and no, that's not the way it's done. That's Satan's way. Sorry to tell you all that. Actually, I just found a good video today of a guy that says college is a scam. It's like, thank you. It is. It really is. And even school is a scam. What do you actually learn? You learn how to regurgitate stuff they've taught you. How do you actually learn to go and investigate for yourself and trial and error? And they don't teach you about life and how to get through it. They teach you about you don't need to know, I don't know. I just got a bad attitude. I've been in public schools and they sucked. It, I don't know. It was a waste of time for me. It really was. In fact, my last 2 years of school, I shouldn't even been there, and my record shows it on there. And I graduated just fine. Anyway, I'm going to give you the 10 Commandments and some spiritual laws. These are the rules of God's world, and if you're not in sync with them, or what's the word God uses? I forget. If you're not in sync with them is the best I can come up with right now. I forgot to say my prayer for Holy Spirit to help me. Anyway, I am going to get started with the 10 Commandments. Number 1 is, I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me. That means anything. Work. The best of everything. The biggest and best home that's not even paid for, and you're going to move into another one because you've got to have better and bigger. Habits. Gambling, sex, alcohol, drugs, even prescription drugs. I'm sad to say they do make a difference in your spiritual life. Anything that the Satan's world, like the government, has made you, that thing with national health care was just a scam to money launder and get the Rockefellers and who's the guy that invented medicine? That wasn't Rockefeller. He was the oil guy. I did learn that last week too. I don't know. I've learned a lot. I really have. It's about time. I sat around for 30 years with a neck injury. And boy, God sent someone into my life and teach me a few things in the last couple of years. I really needed it. I was very stagnated. But I had learned computers in the time that I was down with my neck injury. And a few other things. I learned how to cook better, bake better. Well, I always was a good baker, but a horrible cook. Just things like that. Learn how to be me. That's the gift he's giving me now. Self-love. Boundaries from people that do not mean you any good intention. Changing people's hearts. He's working on that very, very furiously. So this is to help him out, okay? So again, number one is, I am the Lord your God. You shall not have other gods before me. Any kind of idolatry. Number two is, yeah, I never swore in all those years and really said the GD word or JC word. And what's sad is in the last 2 or 3 years, I've never said it more, maybe even 3 or 4. And they've been doing gang stalking on me. I just found out gang-stalking and gaslighting, yeah, and catfishing too. But that's something different. Ghosting. Let me see. But anyway, getting back to the commandments, you shall not take the Lord's name in vain. It's number 2. That means saying the JC word, saying the GD word. You really need to stop doing that. It's just, you get karma for that. You get karma for violating all of these. You really do. He says, all right, if you can't obey my rules, I'll let Satan have you till you can obey my rules. Remember to keep holy the Lord's day. Well, that used to be Saturday. It really was. The government, Satan, changed it to Sunday just to take it away from God. And God does use things that Satan gives, or gives us to the world, puts in use. God does use things that we give to the world. But I still try and keep God's original plan, so I try and give him Saturdays. A couple Saturdays I haven't gotten away with, being able to commit, because somebody else had plans on my life for that day, and since I don't drive, it really mattered. But otherwise, yeah, I usually don't do anything that day, and I just try and stay quiet. And I don't know, I can't honestly say that I've just read God's words in that, or even listened like to Pastor Greg Laurie, some of his podcasts that I can get on the radio that I can't get anymore because I don't drive. And then he's got all kinds of sermons. They're usually an hour, sometimes an hour and a half long. But not even Pastor Greg, there's others. But here's just a favorite of mine. And he always says what I need to hear. I don't know why. Anyway, this isn't... Okay, so number 1 is, I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me. Number 2, you shall not take the Lord's name, the name of the Lord your God in vain. Number 3, remember to keep holy the Lord's day. That means help others, be kind to others, love each other. Have a good family day, have a good God day, live the way God would like you to live. No work, no drama. Try and keep the strife down to a minimum that day. Just, I don't know. Anyway, number 4 is honor your father and mother. Number 5 is thou shalt not kill, or you shall not kill people. That includes spiritually, I believe, for those coven war people. You shall not commit adultery or rituals, so shall we say, sex rituals, or anything to do with adultery, being married and stepping out, or being married and having third parties, let's say, as a regular, and thinking you're going to get married and still have a third party. Doesn't happen. That's not going to last, It's just like starting a friendship out with a lie. If you can't be yourself when you're with these friends, it's not going to work. It's never going to work, because you're not being yourself. You're not being your authentic self, okay? I was going to say these all in a row, and then I was going to deal with each one of them. Sorry. I got distracted again. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. That means lie. You shall not lie. You shall not tell white lies. You shall not tell any lies. Bits of truth, I think I've gotten away with, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know. Like bits of truth. Someone the other day got something extra because they did lie, and they don't know how to give the extra back. And I told them foolishly, and I don't know if it was good advice or not. Just tell them you didn't realize what you did all that day, and then you thought about it and you knew you were wrong. I don't know. And I don't even know if he went out more that day or not and did other things. So that probably wasn't good advice. But it would help him get his karma back off of him. But if he does what he got something that was at least 3 times of what he should have gotten. Let's put it that way. So he should give away the extra 2/3 or whatever, whatever. He just should do it. It's just right. It's the right thing to do, and he would want them to do it to him, right? Not that they would, but he would want them to do it to him, and they should do it to him. But they've got their own demons to fight too. So you shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Oh, that's lying. You shall not covet, not even want or look or think evil thoughts about your neighbor's wife. That doesn't just mean your neighbor. That means your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your uncle. Well, that's bad. You know what I mean, though. Other people, just not your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, and you shall not covet your neighbor's goods. Yeah. Actually, that says something about via Catechism of the Catholic Church. Why is that? If it's not really a commandment, why is it in the list? Okay, I'm going to pause this and find another list and see what the number 10 says. Okay, here's a list. It's still the same thing though. You shall not have no other gods before me. Exodus 20 verse 3. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above or on earth, beneath in the waters below. Exodus 20 verse 4. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. That's the swearing thing. Exodus 20, verse 7. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. That's really Saturday, guys. Exodus 20, verse 8. Honor your mother and father. Exodus 20, verse 12. You shall not murder. Exodus 20, verse 13. You shall not commit adultery. Exodus 20, verse 14. You shall not steal. Exodus 20, verse 15. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Exodus 20, verse 16. You shall not covet. That means want anything that your neighbor has. A nice car, a new home, a good family. You shouldn't just want what they have, because everybody has different demons they're fighting in life, different missions they're completing in this world, in this life. We all came in on a mission, okay? Way back at the beginning of this video, I said we came to Earth, like in the Robert Downey movie, Heart and Souls. It's an Earth school. We're learning soul lessons. That was really the thing. Like, if you want to come and learn courage, it's never what you think it is, okay? If you're up there and you think, oh, my soul needs to learn courage, that's one thing that I haven't learned yet in my reincarnations to Earth. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, that was a whole topic. Give me a second. Okay, so we're in Earth School and we're learning lessons. soul lessons. And say you wanted to learn courage. You think you're going to learn things, I'm going to be so strong, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, guess what? You got to start from the beginning to learn that lesson. You need to get right with God. You need to get spiritually right with God. You need to get right with yourself and behave and act godlike. And you also will be completing mission through this. All of these things, which, and these are your goals for this world. And you will, oh, Holy Spirit, help me. You will try to complete your mission. And thank you, Holy Spirit. And your mission, even though you were going to be, you're going to learn courage. Yeah, you guessed it. He's going to send you things to be afraid of. And you're going to have to fight and become stronger by fighting them. Yeah. Isn't that fun? I don't know what my mission was. I can't imagine. Because I've never really been afraid of things. I've always talked myself down out of things, or else it was Holy Spirit talking to me. I remember once I lived in a really tiny house that had no siding and was by a creek, and it was very windy, and it had a big old tree by it and a few more behind it. And I might have been 10 or 12. I don't know, because I wasn't in the other room yet, so I was young. And I remember laying there and thinking it was just a stormy night. And I really thought that house was going to cave in. I mean, it looked like it could barely stand. To my advantage, years later, 1995, in fact, and I was born in 61, so I was maybe 71 when I got this, about the trees falling in and that, in 1971. And I talked to myself down. It sounded like the place was just going to collapse in. Oh yeah, what I was going to say about the 90s is that place burned down. It was torched, yep, insurance money and progress on an airport in my town to smuggle drugs and people in and out of. Anyway, they burned my house down because we didn't own it. And they wanted the property to do that with the airport. And I used to lay in this little shack of a house that they built for us. Isn't that nice? I just realized that recently. When my parents were procreating, they built this house for us. It was really a trap. It was really a trap. It was our Hunger Games version, of a little something. But like I said, that place, it burned down, and it was still standing for like 2 or 3 years later. I mean, it wasn't, and I used to be so afraid that when the wind would blow, it would just fall in. It just, I don't know, God was protecting me all those years, even though they built a little shack. It was a sturdy little shack. And I learned how to get along with people in that little shack, because there was no privacy at all, ever. I don't know. Anyway, it's things like these, the lessons we got to learn to deal with and grow from, and not get bitter and take it out on everyone around us. I don't know, but yeah, okay, we've gone on, 23 minutes. All right, so that's the 10 Commandments. Hopefully you can understand all those. All right, I was going to give them all and then analyze each of them and tell you how, what it means. I am the Lord your God. I explained that one. You shall not take the Lord's name in vain. Keep Lord's Day holy. Honor your father and mother. Well, that's self-explanatory. Kill, adultery, steal, bear false witnesses, lying. Covet. Yep, I explained them all. Covet your neighbor's wife, or covet your neighbor's goods. Yep. Okay, those are the commandments. Now hopefully I can get through the other one really quick without going into, an hour. Okay, here are spiritual laws. I really thought there were 14. There's only 4, I guess, in the Bible. but LinkedIn's got a thing, and it says, what are universal spiritual laws and where do they come from? Some call them rules, principles, truths that are unchanging, fixed, and permanent. These rules cannot be altered or broken, but who says so? How many are there actually? Who decides? When I jumped into the rabbit hole of universal spiritual laws, a whole new world opened up, and I felt like Alice in Wonderland. Oh, great. The Wizard of Oz and his flying monkeys and the Yellow Brick Road isn't bad enough, huh? Sorry, that's been my story. But yeah, they keep talking about Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella. I felt like Alice in Wonderland, so I did what I always do in situations like this. I did my research and then sat quietly and waited for the answers to come, and this is what I heard. Once we all learn how to use them, we can begin to create our own realities that work for us, not against us. We are all unique individuals, and no two are the same, not even twins. So each human experience, may be different from may be different, but the foundation is the same. These universal laws were put into place by the creator of divine intelligence, the Great Spirit that most call God. No one really knows when or where, but it is very clear that these laws are very powerful and operate on all levels, all dimensions of space and time. Once you have learned to abide by the spiritual laws, it will set you free. It does. There's nothing to hold in. If you're telling lies, then you got to remember the lies and you got to cover bigger lies to cover it up. If you just tell the truth, you're not the only one in the world who's done it. Trust me. There's 8 billion of us, and a lot of them are infested with demons. So, there's... And the archons, I thought they were archons, okay? Then I heard them called archons, which makes sense because archangels is spelled A-R-C-H, and so are the archons. So they're evil visitors that sent demons to Earth, and they're trying to take over Earth. I believe they have other friends they're working with. I forget what they're called, but it is what it is, guys. I'm just a messenger, and spirits, we're in spiritual war. It's World War III is really this. We are in rapture. People need to get right with God. I've been saying it for at least a year now. More people are finding out that it's not a lie. Look at Hollywood. It's the age of Aquarius. The truth is coming out, and all the politicians, all their truths are coming out. The elites. Let's not forget the powers that were that think they can run this world. I just came across the thing today from Bill Gates. Oh, the next pandemic's coming for 2 years. Yeah, well, you put out the first one. You would know, wouldn't you, Jack? Excuse me, Lord, I'm sorry. I know he's infested with a demon, and he might be sitting on death row somewhere in an alley, poor and homeless. I don't know. There's clones out there. They take our memories. Since we're digital, they can take our memories and put them in other people, and they're trying to create clones that will create their evil world. It's human energy harvesting. I don't know. Anyway, this is why we need our spiritual laws, and this is why we need to live by them, so that we can't get infested as easily. Because the more bitter and angry and evil that you are, you're just going to bring that into your life. Until you start living God's way, karma's going to kick your ass, because the universe keeps track of everything. God made it that way. He made the rules, and he's got the universe to keep everybody balanced one way. However, what you put out is what you get back. Okay, so if you're putting out God's laws, no problem. But if you're not, and if you're doing everything you can to go against it, well, suffer, sucker. I don't know what to tell you. Especially if you've seen this video and you've been warned, although it's 29 minutes, so I don't know how much you've watched. The 12 laws are the law of oneness. Everything seen and unseen is connected. Oh, that's very true. The law of vibration. Everything vibrates, yes. Everything is energy. Money, yep, you put in a certain amount of energy, you get money back. And everything is energy. We are energy. We are a digital person, like I said. Don't ask me how, but it's God's tech, and Satan has stolen it, because he came from up there. And he's got some of God's minions that jumped, took their own free will and jumped ship from God for who knows what reason. And I don't know. It just, the law of vibration, everything vibrates. The law of action, one has to take action on their own divine path. The law of correspondence, what happens around us is a direct reflection of what is happening within us. Amen. The law of cause and effect, karma. Hey, there it is. The law of compensation, visible effects of our deeds are rewarded. See? I didn't know these. I have never seen them. I've heard about them, but I never looked them up and read them. There's also, hermetic laws? I have no idea. And then there's also, I don't know, there's two more other things about ways of, human basic laws, I guess. Okay, now I lost us. Let me start again. The law of oneness. The 12 laws, the 12 spiritual laws are the law of oneness. Everything seen and unseen is connected. The law 2, the law of vibration. Everything vibrates. Number 3, the law of action. One has to take action on their own divine path. Number 4, the law of correspondence. What happens around us is a direct reflection of what is happening within us. Number 5, the law of cause and effect and karma. I should have taken notes. Number 6, the law of compensation. Visible effects of our deeds are rewarded. Number 7, the law of attraction. Oh, I've heard of that with manifesting. Our thoughts create our reality. Oh, so if you're afraid of love and you really don't think you'll get love, then you won't. If you're afraid of hard work and you don't do it ever, then you're going to get out what you put back. You're going to get back what you put out. The law of attraction. Okay, that one I just did. Number 8. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy asserts the energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can just be good or bad. The law of relativity asserts that everything is neutral and everything is relative. The law of polarity, everything has an opposite. The law of rhythm, everything moves in a cycle. And the law of gender, masculine and feminine. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. I think I've given you enough tips and those 2 laws. And there was one I was going to explain a little better, at least from my understanding of it. And I forget what it was. I don't think it was number 5. Yeah, that was karma. I already did that one. Visible deeds are rewarded. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. Thoughts create reality. Oh, yeah. Is that the one? Or perpetual transmutation. Yeah, I had a couple of examples, but I can't think of what it was now. But they tell me I keep transmuting horrible energy to good energy. Like if you're in a crabby mood, put on some good music to get you out of it. Another thing is you can turn on Pastor Greg, go outside, put your feet on the ground in the grass, take a walk. Did I say listen to good, healthy music? Not that angsty stuff that just gets you depressed or down. And really try and skip love songs if you're single and not looking and going through trauma and that. Just skip the love songs. I don't know. And plus it's really hard, movie or music is only like 3 or 4 minutes long. It's really hard. But sometimes if you find a good song, one I like is Pharrell, Happy. Pharrell Williams. It was in grew. Despicable Me. It was a song in it was a song in Despicable Me, the kids movie. I think it was the very first one, and it was just good, you know. And if you see the YouTube video or the MTV video, it's really cool. They got all these people just dancing and singing randomly on the street. That was really good, good video. And it just, you know, how can you be crabby listening to that and watching those people? I don't know. I'm sure there's other ways. Read a book, read a good soul feeding book instead of a drama or a thriller or, you know, any of that. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go. I've rambled on enough. Oh, 35, 35. Bye.